This video lesson will cover solving equations where you need to combine like terms in order to solve them. The supplies for today: something to write with, a calculator, some form of scratch paper, something to take notes on, and of course, a growth mindset. The prior knowledge topics that would be helpful are already knowing how to simplify expressions with like terms and knowing how to solve a two-step equation, but both of these will be reviewed before moving on to the new material. This is a slide created by one of my students to emphasize like terms. So here's the original expression. If we have 2k plus 2k, that's 4k, representing koalas in this situation, plus 3e plus 6e, that would be 9e, representing elephants. So 2 plus 2 is 4, 3 plus 6 is 9, and you have to stop with 4k plus 9e. The mistake would be combining these and getting this, which would then result in a weird hybrid. So if you have 2e plus 4b plus e, what does that simplify to? In this example, we have elephants. Again, this time 2 elephants plus 1 elephant, there's a 1 here, plus 4 butterflies. So therefore we have 3e plus 4b. The mistake would be combining all of this and getting an elephant butterfly. Here's another one, negative 2b plus g minus 3b plus 4g. Well, in this case, we have 2 babies. I made them negative here, but they're not. They're super cute. And then we have negative 3b, 3 more babies, and plus a pair of goggles. This is a 1g plus 4g. So we will have negative 2 plus or minus 3, same thing, negative 5b, and then 5 positive g's. Not combining these to get 10 or negative 10 or 0. You cannot combine them. They're not like terms. And this would be what you would get, which is not the same as this. And then we have 2w plus p plus 4w plus 3p plus 2w. Well, it says over here, we're going to have 2 wolves plus 4 more wolves plus 2 wolves plus 1 penguin plus 3 penguins. So we're going to have 8w plus 4p. The mistake would be combining these and getting 12wp, which would result in this silly looking hybrid. There are going to be 2 here for you to try that don't have visuals. So please simplify this. You should have got negative 11n minus 2w. You have to subtract because these are different signs. And then try this one. Well, here you have different signs, so you subtract, and then this one you would add. So you should have got negative 10r plus 7. Now we're going to review or practice solving two-step equations. So please try this one. In order to isolate x, we need to get rid of the plus 8 first by doing the opposite. And now we need to undo the negative 3 times x by dividing by negative 3. So these will cancel out and become a positive 1x. Simplify, and there's your answer. On this one, we need to undo the minus 4 happening on the same side as the y by adding 4 to both sides. Simplify. We still need to undo the division by 6. So you multiply by 6. I wrote it over 1 to emphasize the 6 is in the numerator, but it just means times 6. These will cancel out, become a 1y, and you get y equals 72. Now, here's the new material to show you what is happening with algebra tiles. So if we have the equation 5x plus 4 minus 3x equals negative 4, in algebra tiles, that would be 5 x's, the green tiles are x's, 4 units, negative 3x, because negative is represented with red, and then on the other side of the equals or the scale is a negative 4. So what's going to happen is we're going to simplify our x's because these will cancel out. Positive 1 and negative 1 are 0. So these 6, 3, and negative 3 will cancel out because 5x minus 3x is 2x's. And now we have a two-step equation. 2x plus 4 equals negative 4. We would subtract or put negative 4 on both sides to balance it and cancel this side out. So we're left with 2x equals negative 8. And then if we split this into 2 equal groups, so divide by 2 and divide by 2, we will find that x is equal to negative 4. Now, without algebra tiles, we have this. We're looking at the left side. What should we do first? Well, we have 1x over here, a little ninja one that's sneaky because you can't see it, and a plus 3x. So 1x plus 3x, we're going to simplify it to 4x. The plus 7 just stays the same, and now we have a two-step equation to solve. Isolating the x, we're going to subtract 7 on both sides. Need to still isolate the x, divide by 4, and x will equal positive 5. Now, just want to show that you can check to make sure you got this right. If we take this 5 and we replace all the x's with 5, so for example, this is a 1x, so 5. The plus 7 is still plus 7. We have plus 3 times x, because it was 3x, equals 27. We want to make sure this side is equal to 27, meaning this is the solution because it balances the equation. So 5 plus 7 is 12. 3 times 5 is 15. 12 plus 15 is equal to 27, so this is correct. Here's another one for us to try. So we want to simplify our like terms first. Negative 9m plus m. This is a ninja one also, so we subtract and get negative 8m. Now we have a two-step equation, so we want to get rid of the plus 1 by minusing 1 on both sides. And now we need to undo negative 8 times m, so we're going to divide by negative 8, and it would be m equals positive 10. So you could write these down as an example, the two that we just did. So just showing that you combine your like terms first and then solve the two-step equation, combine like terms first, and then solve the two-step equation. Okay, here's a you try for you to do. So on this one, you'll notice this is the only term with an n. These are the like terms on this one. So you have negative 1 and negative 10. Now, I do want to point out some people like to do plus 10 on both sides and then plus 1 on both sides to undo these and then move it to the other side. I like to simplify any like terms first. So negative 1 and negative 10 is negative 11, and then solve the two-step equation. So plus 11 on both sides. Simplify it, divide by negative 6 on both sides, and the solution is n equals negative 7. Here's another you try. So in this one, we have two terms with x's, 1.5x and half an x, 0.5x. If you combine those, that just equals 2. You could put 2.0, but you don't need to. It's just 2. And then we are subtracting 3 to get rid of the plus 3. Divide by 2 on both sides, and you could leave it as you could negative 1.5 or negative 1.5. And to make sure that you understood this topic, I'm going to have you do a few practice problems on digits.